Okay. Well, this video isn't creepy at all. I already fucked up on the word. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Conservatish. I fucked up saying welcome to. Um, my name is Peter Feliciano. You're either watching this on YouTube or Facebook. You can also be streaming this on SoundCloud, Libsyn, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, whatever, wherever. Welcome to the show. It's a little creepy watching myself. This episode is just going to be me in my car ranting at a camera. But this is what this looks like when I record these episodes by myself. This is what this magnificence looks like. You're welcome. Yeah, you can support this podcast and all my musical endeavors by going to patreon.com/conservatish. And you can find me on Instagram at Peter_Feliciano. Feliciano. It's been a weird week. Good week in a lot of ways and a weird week in others. Interpersonally, I guess it's been strange. I'm coming to terms with what I actually want. I don't know if any guys have also been through this position. Again, I will reiterate, no woman who I'm either fucking or are planning to fuck are allowed to listen to this podcast. Because I don't want to have to deal with the repercussions. But I've had this idea in my head that what being a dude was just, God, I hate how fucking corny what I'm about to say sounds. But I've always felt like, okay, if I can fuck somebody, then I should. But that changes the more people I fuck. And I hit this point this week where I was going to go hang out with somebody. I just got done hanging out with a different girl the night before, and I went to go hang out with somebody, and I just had this feeling like, not that I felt sleazy, because I don't give a fuck about being sleazy, but I had this feeling like, I don't actually want to go see this person. Like, I don't actually, just because she is down to have sex with me doesn't mean I should, doesn't mean I want to. I know that's a fucked up thing, but it's like, I was coming to terms with the idea of, I don't think I actually want to. Which is a weird thought because I always figured, like, obviously there's different levels of attraction, right? There's some people who I'm actually interested in, and there's some people who I'm interested in for like a couple of weeks or a couple of hours. And there's some people who I'm not interested in really at all, except they said they're down and I'm a pervert. But I don't know if it's age. I don't know if it's because I'm getting sex regularly, but I just kind of hit this mark where I was like, I don't actually want to fuck this person. And so, God, it may be hurtful if she listens to this. I hope she doesn't. But I went over there. I shouldn't say this. She doesn't listen. I don't think she knows my last name. But I went over there. No, she has a card. She probably knows my last name. I went over there and I went to the hotel room and I just immediately, even beforehand, like she gets in the car, I'm just like, I knew already, like, this isn't, no. And I'm a pervert. I'm an equal opportunity pervert. I can fuck all kinds of people. God, I sound like a dick right now. God, I'm a fucking, what are you, Casanova Pete? Is that what you are? You fucking douche. But what I mean is I can figure out a way. There's a way to have sex with this person. But I went to the hotel room and it felt weird and it felt awkward. So we start making out a little bit and then I suck on her nipples a little bit. And then I just, partially because like, she's cute and everything, but like, just because you're cute doesn't mean your breath is the best. And I know she had been at the movies earlier, and I just, Maybe she like left. She left the hotel at like 7 o'clock in the morning. So by the time we were hanging out, she had already had a bunch of nachos or something. I don't know. But I just had this feeling like I think it was that mixed with already what I had been feeling and the connections that I already do have, and feeling really good about those other connections, and just feeling like I don't actually want to fuck this person, and just because I can, and just because I could get hard or whatever, it doesn't mean like I don't know, man. But I just figure like manhood shit, like man shit means that I would fuck everything I want to, like I can fuck. And it was just disturbing to me on an existential level. It was like I don't think I want to like I don't think I'm supposed to measure my manness by what I used to measure my manness by, or by what some other motherfucker does or thinks or feels, or it was just weird. So I don't know. It was hard to get out of there. It was really hard to get out of there. I've done it before. I didn't remember it until I was trying to get out of that hotel room, go to the bathroom real quick, stop sucking on her nipples, and we just kind of laid there because I was just like, all right, how do I get out of this without hurting her feelings? Talking about it on a podcast. How about that? Fucking asshole. But I was just like, how do I get out of here? But like doing it in a nice way. And so I came up with a lie, and I said I was on my way out, but she was like standing like kind of in front of the door, and I had this thought. I was like, okay, is this gonna be a thing? Is this? I'm glad I don't have a rabbit who's gonna show up in a pot, but like, I was a little concerned that it might become like a stalker thing already. God, I hope she doesn't listen to this. But I don't know if you've ever tried to get out of a situation like, but I got out of there. I did it very quiet and very calmly, and just very like, hey, I'm just really tired and I want to go home, and which I was tired, but tiredness doesn't usually mean I don't fuck. I fuck on fucking, I don't give a fuck. I fuck, but I don't know. So I guess I'm just saying I'm a sleazebag. Maybe that's the message of today's show. No, I just my idea of what I'm supposed to want or supposed to like is like changing, and that's awkward because it means that I could actually shoot for what I want. Maybe am I putting too weird a corny spin on it? Maybe that's what I'm doing, but it just kind of felt like this isn't right. I don't feel like actually doing this with this person, and so I didn't. But it was like I knew the door was still open. Like I knew I could go through with it, but I didn't fucking want to. So I guess I don't know. This doesn't fit into politics. This show is fucking weird, man. Every show is fucking different. The last episode we talked about, me and Cameron just talked about music the whole time, which was great. I had a fucking great time. But I don't know. I mean, that's part of the reason why I was unsure about calling the show conservative, because I want to push buttons, and I want to be a fucking kind of a ne'er-do-well asshole, but like I want to talk about politics, but I also am not an expert, and I'm not a fucking a smart, person in a lot of ways. And I want to talk about sex a lot, and I want to talk about all kinds of shit, but I don't ever want to be wrapped up into one topic, So, you guys want to watch me open a Powerade Zero? Ready? This is what all you Patreon people are paying for. Thousands of Powerade Zeros. Oh, refreshing. So that happened. But even the night before, I was like, this doesn't feel right. So, yeah, I'm still thinking about New York, and it's becoming more real. And I'm looking at my bank account, I'm looking at New York, I'm looking at my bank account. I look at the next 6 months, and it's a slow season of work, and I'm like worried about how the fuck I'm gonna make this fucking happen. It's becoming less and less an if and more a definite, but I don't know exactly how the fuck it's gonna turn out. I'm a little goddamn worried I'll go out there for 3 months and then come back. I don't think that'll actually happen, but I'm worried about it, is what I'm saying. And I also have that, I also am in the weird position where I feel like, I don't know, is this like a therapy session? What the fuck is this episode? And this dome light in my car is gonna fucking run out my battery. Look at that. Oh yeah, you can find Conservatish on YouTube now. I mean, you could always do that, but now I'm posting videos. This one's not entertaining. I mean, you can see it, my shadowy face, but all right, Pete, move on. What else are you going to talk about? Oh, I watched the Alex Jones interview on Joe Rogan. Motherfucker, that was amazing. That was so good. I'm so happy that Alex Jones has a platform. I'm so fucking elated that Alex Jones has a platform. Holy fuck, am I happy about that. And I know a lot of people already, like, I just posted about being happy that he was on the episode and that I was enjoying the episode. And people were just tentatively, I don't know, I don't think. You fucking children, man. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with everything the motherfucker has to say. You know how insane that would be? Do you know how insane agreeing with organ farming would be? But I'm so happy. It felt like a win for the good guys that he was on a show. It felt like a win for the good guys. It felt like a win for, I hate to say this, but for reasonableness, that Alex Jones would have a platform. That feels so good to me. That Joe Rogan, who's pretty, I mean, he's got his own fucking nutty-ass ideas. There's a bunch of Joe Rogan episodes that I'm like, all right, we get it. You like pot, move the fuck on. But I was listening. I'm just so happy that Joe Rogan, of all people, like who's pretty well respected. He's got a huge fucking following on YouTube. Very smart motherfucker, and very kind of reasonable and level-headed about a lot of shit. Had Alex Jones on and had a good time. He didn't have to stop him every 5 seconds to go, well, I don't, and and let's pick apart this weird fucking thing you just said. Like, he didn't have to do that. He could just have a fun conversation with somebody. He let some of Alex Jones's ideas into his head, and it was okay. You know, I'm a fucking adult. Like, remember Bill Hicks? Bill Hicks is one of my favorite comedians of all time. One of the smartest, most prolific, legendary, hilarious comedians of all time. And Bill Hicks was talking about going to England, and back in I guess the late 80s or whatever, he goes to England, and he goes into a porn shop, and he buys this magazine and opens it, and there's blue dots over the good shit, over the naughty bits. There's blue dots. And he said, "Don't protect me. I'm an adult. Don't fucking protect me." That's what I feel like about Alex Jones. Don't fucking protect me from that. Don't protect me from white supremacy. I can listen to something that says white people are better than other people and not, oh, I guess they're better. I'm a fucking adult. Don't protect me. Don't fucking do that shit. God damn it. Let me live. Let me listen to whatever the fuck I want to listen to. You fucking Jesus. Yeah, but it's different. No, it's not different. I don't know. I'm kind of fucking. I'm at this point. I feel like a free speech fucking like absolutist. I don't want to be protected from shit that I want to listen to or that I could listen to. You know, I can handle it. Especially the shit I've seen online. I have seen many things you cannot unsee. You ever seen Tub Girl? You ever seen Two Girls, One Cup? Some life-changing shit. Remember Rotten.com? That's some life-changing shit. Still to this day, there are some things I can't... There There was one actually. There was this one. I don't think I've talked about this. Oh, good, a new weird sex porn story from Pete. Don't worry, boys and girls. We're not gonna get too crazy. That's not true. So there was one porn I saw one time where this Asian broad, who I'd seen in a couple of other bondage videos, she's in this. What are those? She's in a separator, like a leg separator. So she can't really stand up. Her arms are bound, or no, her arms are also separate. It almost looked like an X, but she could move around a little bit, kind of roll around like a. Like if your ankles and your wrists were tied together, like you could kind of roll around like one of those baby toys. So we get it, Pete. You like cigarettes? I don't care. People are commenting on my post. Leave me alone. So she's in one of those. She's naked, and the big mean Dom comes over and puts a bag around her head. Seen it before. Not a big deal. A little claustrophobic, but, breath plays fun. I gotta tell you, I love choking girls. I fucking love choking girls. So anyway, she gets a bag placed around her head. She's tripping out a little bit, but there's a hole in the top. And he tapes the bottom around her neck, for giggles. And so he holds the bag, the top, so she starts to suffocate, and then opens it so she can breathe, playing around a little bit. And then he pisses into the hole. And it starts to fill up. Now, urine in your mouth. Listen, when you're in the zone, you're in the zone, right? What are you going to do? A little pee-pee never hurt nobody, right? But it fills up, and it's past her nose now. And she's tripping out a little bit. But it's not, hey, it's a little torture. Hey, sex is a wonderful thing, right? Now, at a certain point, though, the seconds are going by. She can't breathe. And she starts to move around like I don't know if you've ever seen somebody like on the edge of their death, but the desperation, like the animal, I'm going to die desperation. Like all the good girl goes out the window when you really think you're going to die. And she really, like her body took over. And even though she was in one of those things where her wrists and ankles were tied together, she stands up like trying to, it was, I remember bookmarking it. I had to, it's one of those videos you see, like you don't stop jerking off, but you don't really jerk off. Like you're not going soft, but you're just like almost more like transfixed with what you're seeing. And then he tears a hole in the bag where her mouth is, and she gasps for air. But like it was no longer like fun playtime. It became I'm going to die. She stood she stood up. I wish I could find that, because that was one of those videos where like I had to show other people, like titties aside. BDSM, the fact that I saw this on porn aside, you got to see this. So all I'm saying is, let me watch Asian bitches almost die. That's what I'm saying. Just let me fucking do it. Let me listen to Alex Jones. Let me fucking take the blue dots away from my eyes. I want to see what I want to fucking see. I want to listen to whatever the fuck I want to listen to. I'm a goddamn adult. As an example, I have never watched one episode of The Handmaid's Tale. No piece of me wants to. And yet that's there. So I'm not trying to say get rid of Handmaid's Tale because I don't fucking like it. You can click away from Alex Jones. You know, I'm not a fucking kid. Anyway. And like I've said about who's that creepy weird, he's not as white supremacist. He's a racial Richard Spencer. He's not like racist. He's a little fucking racist, but he's not racist. And that's what that looks like. You're welcome. And there was a I was, you know, from all the people, I mean, that's how I got into this whole, like, not being so left-leaning anyway, was from people saying Milo Yiannopoulos was the devil, and I was like, man, I got to see this for myself. I don't trust motherfuckers. So I started looking him up, and I was realizing, like, oh, I kind of agree with some shit that Milo's saying. This was, like, back in 2016, I think. End of 2016. I was like, yeah, I don't mind this motherfucker. Yeah, there are some things I disagree with Milo or with Alex or with Jordan Peterson or Joe Rogan or whatever. Like, I don't have to agree with everybody, but, like, let me fucking listen to shit. What, am I going to be swayed? Am I that stupid? Do you have that little... I don't know. It's easy to be, like, anti-people. It's easy, especially now, to be, you know, Mark Normand was talking about how, at the Patrice O'Neill benefit, how some motherfuckers will, you know, say, you know, if you say, I hate Mexicans, then you're a bad person. But if you say, I hate people, you're just like, oh, yeah, me too. You know, it's easy to be a little jaded little fucking 14-year-old with your poems. But, you know, I don't think people are that stupid that you have to protect them from what, like, from just listening to jokes or listening to opinions or ideas, even if they're foul. And in fact, I feel like really, you know, getting rid of Alex only, I mean, it only pisses off people like me who don't want people to be silenced. It only makes people like me go, oh, okay. You want to keep playing? How about Trump 2020? How's that? How's that? You want to keep fucking around? You want to keep trying to stay in power so bad that you want to shut them motherfuckers down? How's this? I got to tell you, I'm not seeing any other person that I'm not a stupid ass. Like, you know me. You have listened to these fucking episodes, you cocksuckers. And I thank you very much. Patreon.com/conservative. But I don't see any other option that's, like, better. I'm not going no fucking socialist Bernie. I'm not doing no dumb chicken head fucking Kamala Harris. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not voting for somebody who thinks identity politics are a good idea. That if you're black, you obviously believe all the same things that all black people think. So we need a woman in power, so that, because all women think alike. You fucking child, do you not know any women? You stupid ass. You stupid fucking ass. God damn it. I'm not saying we shouldn't have a woman president. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying we should be more interested in the ideas or the policies. And as far as Trump's stupid ass, I don't see a problem with a lot of the policies. Like, I don't see a problem with being a little, you know, for more of the market. I don't see a problem with being, like, not all down with no borders. You know, I haven't seen these fucking people who are so far running. And again, we're still, you know, a year and a half out. But I haven't seen these other motherfuckers saying, no, you know what? I don't agree in open borders. You know, I don't agree with no borders. Go fuck yourself. No borders. I love all these motherfuckers, too. All you no-border motherfuckers. Y'all don't know any motherfucking real-ass Mexicans, do you? You go to the fucking taqueria, and you think, well, they look so quaint. You fucking racist. I know Mexicans who have done some horrible shit. They're humans, too, dum-dum. I know black people who have done some horrible shit. Jesse Smollett. The Nigerian motherfuckers with Jesse Smollett. You don't know any black people who have done some foul-ass shit? Everybody's foul and beautiful. Everybody can do foul shit. Stop being fucking racist. Oh, they're so quaint at the taqueria, and they serve me that food that I keep telling myself I like a lot. Taquerias are fucking overrated. Yes, I eat a lot of goddamn tortillas. I don't care. A lot of you motherfuckers are sucking fucking... A lot of you Bay Area natives are sucking taqueria dick. Fuck you. Corn tortillas. Go suck a dick. How dare you say corn tortillas are a good idea? You piece of shit. You fucking tasteless cunt. Wow, Pete. I get more passionate about corn tortillas. No, it's not more passionate about corn tortillas. I'm gonna stop myself. No calories, sugar-free, and it's blue. It has potassium in it. I'm not getting more passionate about fucking goddamn stupid corn tortillas. Although I have yelled about that before. I'm getting passionate about this idea that I'm supposed to like there's social pressure to like just say that taquerias are great or that fucking, yeah, they're all right. But they're not like, you know what I mean? Like, remember like 10, 15 years ago, we were all like sucking In-N-Out's dick? Nobody's doing that anymore because the fad has gone through. We were all like, oh my God, it's the best. We did that with Phil's. We did that with fucking Apple. We did that with all kinds of shit. I'm not going to like what you want me to fucking like. You know what I mean? I'm not anytime a bunch of people really like one thing, it makes me go, immediately. But does that mean I want people to not, I want to get rid of the fucking Phil's propaganda? No. Do what you want. Just don't stop me from saying you're a dum-dum. You know, don't stop me from saying I don't like that shit. You know? Don't label me fucking fucking taqueria phobic. Just let motherfuckers be. Just let motherfuckers be. This album is coming along really well. It's about 95% done. For those who don't know, who just know me from Conservative, I'm a very good singer. And I'm about 95% done with my first album. Just had a great producer session the other day, and mixed a bunch and edited a bunch and put on fake cellos on some shit and edited the levels, and they're sounding amazing, these songs. They're about 8 or 9. And it was very expensive. We did a GoFundMe about a year and 2 months ago, and made all told, like I think $1,200 past the goal, which was great. All of that's gone because the album's very expensive. And so I've spent my own thousands and time and energy and effort and money, and just it's been a lot of labor to get this right, and it's right. It's sounding really right. And I took about a month off from listening and from recording and from editing and mixing, and I listened to it again on the way out to the studio, and I was like, holy shit, I actually like this. I actually like these songs. There's this one called Simple Girl, which is about a prostitute in the 1800s. There's one about Facebook. There's one about meat, and there's one about rappers that are shitty. There's one about death. There's one about Mary. Mary's a weird one. There's this one about no, I won't spoil it. Mary's a weird one. Actually, all of them are kind of weird, but they're very different. That Mexican prostitute one's called Simple Girl. A lot of you guys have heard it. Well, not a lot of you, but some of you have heard me play it live and things like that over the years. And it's a legit ass flamenco song. Not fucking around. It's a fucking flamenco song. I'm incredibly talented. I keep telling you, motherfuckers. But I've got like metal on there. I've got fucking horns. Like, this is a legit ass big boy album. My first ever big, real, giant fucking thing, and it's taken a lot of effort and love, and I poured my ass into it, and lost 100 pounds in the process, not because of it, but over the course of the last year, my whole life has changed, and now I'm thinking of moving to New York, and there's a lot of good shit, and this album really reflects that, and it honestly is, to be corny, again, it is kind of a reflection of the fact that I'm making what I want, that I'm doing what I want, that I'm really going for it. It's, it took a long time for me to sit in fear and fantasize. You know what I mean? Like, it is honestly easier to think about moving to New York than it is to move. It's easier for me to think, wouldn't it be great if I was sitting at a table with Colin Quinn? Wouldn't it be great if I could text Beck to come over to the studio in the middle of the day? Wouldn't it be great to just tour all over the world and go to fucking, go to the Oscars and make a scene? Like, wouldn't it be great to do these things? It's way easier to think about it while watching Netflix and eating a pizza, and treating my body like shit. Like, it's so much easier to fantasize than it is to actually risk, and taking these trips that I've taken and putting this album together, it's like a genuine move in the direction of fuck it, in a good way, a genuine move in the direction of fuck it. And a piece of me feels like, what the fuck took me so long? But then, really, it is what it is. I think if I put out an album any earlier, it wouldn't have been authentic as it is now. And I'm sure whatever I put out next will be more authentic. But, I just feel like it's getting right. And it's creeping me out a little bit that it's getting right, Kind of same thing like what I started this show with, there comes a point where we're either going to get moving, or, get busy living or get busy dying. He's another motherfucker. Samuel L. Jackson, too. Like, the bar is so low for those motherfuckers. Don't get me wrong. Pulp Fiction and Shawshank Redemption are wonderful movies, and I appreciate everything they've given to us. But has Samuel L. Jackson done anything good since then? I mean, really? Like, really? Maybe Unbreakable. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But, like, Black Snake Moan kind of sucked balls. Snakes on a Plane. Countless, the Star Wars movies, the Samuel L. Jackson one. Like, is he any good, or are we just so happy with what he did in Pulp Fiction that we don't care? You know what I mean? Like, is Morgan Freeman any good, or are we just really happy that he gave us Shawshank Redemption? Which, by the way, neither one of those motherfuckers wrote that shit or directed that shit, so it could have been somebody fucking else. It's an interesting thing to think about that. Anyway, I don't know if I have much else to say. I think I'm only 30-something minutes in. But let's see what we talked about. Alex Jones on Joe Rogan. Go check that out. It's magnificent. It really is. I know there are going to be things that you listen to on that where you're like, what in the fuck are you talking about? There's actually one point where he's begging Eddie Bravo to choke him out. It's so entertaining. It's so entertaining. There's a reason why shock jocks. There's a reason why we like salacious shit. We like God. I'm having a hard time talking. We like seeing car wrecks and things. Like, it's kind of a bit of a goddamn car wreck, that episode. Although he does make some good points when it comes to abortion. Like, I'm not going to go off on another goddamn tangent. I feel like every 4 or 5 episodes I start talking about abortion. That's one of those things I am not liberal on abortion, man. I'm not saying that no abortions ever. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, call it what the fuck it is. That shit is killing ass babies, man. That's all it is. Kill the baby, but call it a fucking baby. You know, someone else brought up this fucking point. I love this. Oh, I have to pack. I have to pack the pack. Want to see me pack a pack? Ready? I give you guys so much. I really do. Remember that commercial in the 90s, that anti-smoking commercial where, like, the person who was packing a pack, like, turned into a monkey who was packing a pack of cigarettes? That really worked. Truth. See what I'm saying? Let me listen to Alex Jones, and if I'm not done smoking, I'm going to fucking smoke. You don't need to, like, pump me full of propaganda to make me change my mind. Anyway. Oh, the microphone's all the way over there. Hi, microphone. I'll be right with you. See what goodness I give you. God, I'm a fucking giver. So, abortion. Well, there was somebody who brought up this great point. If I kill a woman who's 9 months pregnant, I get life times 2. I guess in that instance, it's not just a bundle of cells, huh? Like, just call it what it is. Just call it we're killing the baby, and we're choosing to do so. And I think that making that decision to, like, do that, I'm sure, is one of the hardest. I've talked to women who have had abortions. It's fucking horrendous to a lot of them. It's not like what's-her-face, Lena Dunham, who nobody wants to fuck Lena Dunham. Nobody wants to fuck Lena Dunham. There's this great clip, by the way. If you hate Lena Dunham, or you like her, look up Camille Paglia talking about Lena Dunham. That's Paglia. Camille Paglia is the shit. I talk about her all the time. But I'd jump her old bones. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if she is a lesbian trans. Just for the respect that she deserves. If she needed a dick, I'll be that guy. I love you, Camille. Anyway, she goes off on this rant about stupid, nasty Lena Dunham. God, it's so happy. It makes me so happy. Please look it up. Anyway. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Lena Dunham was like, I wish I had had an abortion. I wish you were an abortion. But there's this, I mean, like, I know it's like a horrendous thing to think about. Like, it's a hard decision. But even in that, why is it a hard decision? Because it's a kid, right? Okay. All right. Okay. So why even, like the whole idea, even with that shitty, awful law where, like, you can kill a kid when it's 9 months in the womb. It says, well, you need to have the mother and a doctor and hopefully another doctor sign off on that, although they're trying to get rid of that, apparently, so that it's just one doctor says that it's okay. The baby has a bad back. We should kill it. It has indigestion. Even in that, they're saying 2 doctors. Why, if it's just a bundle of cells, why have 2 doctors sign off of it? Why? If it's just a bundle of cells, who gives a fuck, right? Because it's just a bundle of cells, right? Kill the fucking bundle of cells, right? Why even go through the thing of having women who have abortions get offered therapy? Why even give a shit? Why would they need therapy? Because it's a goddamn kid. Because it's not a bundle of cells, you stupid fucks. Even in your own stupid fucking logic, it doesn't make any goddamn logic. I know you're saying that so that you won't disenfranchise or hurt, not disenfranchise, so that you won't hurt girls who feel the need that that's the right decision for them. But don't make it so extreme that you call it something it isn't. Like feminism. Like, I know we did a lot of raping and stuff. Like, I understand we have the capacity for incredible harm to females. But that doesn't mean say that women and men are the same so that you're just as strong as us. You're not. You're not as strong as us. Not physically. You're just fucking not. Can you handle more pain? Sure, probably. Fucking babies and shit. Yeah. I'm a fucking wuss when it comes to getting sick. Absolutely. I get it. I understand that shit. Are you maybe more, well, I was going to say emotionally, like, smart? I mean, maybe. I'm pretty goddamn emotionally smart. I know none of this is an example of that. But, okay, you have your own strengths, but you're just not the same as us. And I know you're saying that so that people won't get their feelings hurt. I know you're saying that, trans people, that there's no difference between a man and a woman, so that you don't hurt trans people's feelings. I know you're saying that, maybe all the way down to the base, when it started, that there's no difference between a man and a woman, so that you don't hurt, or no, you're saying like, kids should be allowed to start taking hormones and dressing and living like the other sex when they're fucking 5, so that you don't hurt people who are in their 17, 18, 19, 20, and who are living in this weird, I'm not supposed to feel the way I feel. I understand that's where you're coming from, but you're getting a little goddamn off the fucking beam. You're getting a little goddamn off the beam. Good intentions are not all that's necessary. Love is not all you need. Let's talk about stupid fucking John Lennon too, by the way. That motherfucker's some overrated shit. I know I've talked about this on the podcast. I don't give a fuck. Start your own where you can defend fucking John Lennon. John Lennon is overrated as a motherfucker. I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round is the exact same fucking song as Imagine. Fuck John Lennon. Paul McCartney's way fucking better than John Lennon. And you know that. In your bones you know that. Don't be a dummy. God damn it. Woman is the nigger of the world. That's what he said. He said the woman is the nigger of the world. And in the song, by the way, he says, woman is the nigger of the world. I'll say it again. Woman, he says, I'll say it again, just to be really stupidly, profoundly vapid and arrogant and condescending. He says, I'll say it again so that people understand. That was a poem by Yoko Ono, who, prolific fucking thought provoker. And she wrote, woman is the nigger of the world. First things first, neither one of you are black, so you're not allowed to use that word. That's our word. You do not get to talk on this. But black people are the nigger of the world. Like, the analogy doesn't make any fucking sense. I understand what you're driving at, Yoko. I understand what you're driving at, drug-addled fucking John Lennon, who apparently used to have a good thought in his fucking head. He's not a hero. He's kind of a dum-dum. He needed Paul, and Paul needed him. Paul has like 2 songs outside of the Beatles that are fucking great. I love Let 'Em In from Wings. Let 'Em In is fucking amazing. Great fucking track. Absolutely. But what's that one he did? I think that some people say that the world is full of silly love songs. What's wrong with that, right? That's a fucking boring, I love you. That's a boring fucking track. I know what he was doing, but it's a boring fucking song. And so is Woman is a Nigger of the World. Fuck John Lennon in his face. They didn't need each other to make Beatles shit. But I'm just saying. Anyway. I don't want to like what you want me to like. I want to like what I like. I I want to do what I want to do. I want to fucking vote for who the fuck I want to vote for. It's not the end of the goddamn world if I fucking choose to vote for someone you disagree with. It's not a crisis. And I really wish that Facebook and Instagram and all these fucking companies wouldn't do that to Alex Jones. I wish they hadn't done that. I'm glad they did because it helped people like me go like, oh, really? Okay. Trump 2020. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me, liberals. Don't get mad at me. I know you're getting mad at me. I know there's some fans of this show who are like, man, why the fuck does Pete like Trump? That's fucking why. That's fucking why. How about you talk to your fucking companies, the ones that believe the same bullshit that you fucking do, the liberal companies. Why don't you fucking talk to them? Why don't you talk to them and say, hey, stop shutting people down and shutting people up. Hey, company who does this stuff, who agrees politically with me, stop ruining it for us. How about you talk to your fucking people? Get them fucking together. So the people like me who are in the middle can go like, all right, fine. Fine, I'll vote for somebody other than that guy because these other guys are okay. But no, the people that you're propping up are people who say things like that white people have had it so fucking good in this country all the fucking time. You don't know any poor fucking white people? Of course you know poor white people. You don't know any women who have done horrible things? Of course you do. Of course you do. A lot of you motherfuckers have mothers that are fucking shit. But just women are just automatically good because they have a fucking puss or because they had it bad. Had it bad means that you're morally superior. Go fuck yourself. How about you talk to your fucking people? Don't get mad at me. I'm looking at the lesser of two evils. Work on your fucking evil. Talk to your fucking companies. Talk to Facebook and be like, hey, what the fuck are you goddamn doing? You're helping the other side by doing the nasty, foul shit that you're doing. By shutting people down, you're fucking helping the other side. You're not making our team better. But you're not going to do that. And I understand. I'm not saying we have busy lives. But I'm saying have a mind for context and nuance. When you see Trump do something good, say it. Say, hey, I hate this motherfucker, and I'm not going to vote for him in 2020, and I didn't vote for him in 2016, and fuck this dude for a lot of reasons, but North Korea is kind of great. Hey, economy's not bad. Don't just, like, quietly be okay with Facebook deplatforming people and shadow banning people and fucking and YouTube demonetizing videos. Like, don't just be okay with it quietly and then get mad when people like me are like, oh, okay, Trump 2020, fine, fuck you then. Fine, fuck you. You're going to be like that? You're going to shield me from listening to things? You're going to punish people for believing certain things? Go fuck yourself then. Anyway, I've ranted long enough. I'm glad you got to see it, though. Now you can see it on YouTube. Now you can see me yelling, not just at myself, because usually I'm looking out the window or something like that. Now I'm right into the camera, although I'm distracted because I'm self-centered. So I'm distracted. I'm looking at myself instead of looking at the lens. I'm trying really hard to look at the lens when I'm pointing at it and ranting. But instead I'm looking at my face going like, I gotta shave. I gotta lose more weight. I can't do it. If I'm like hanging out with people or I'm like, if I'm like near a window, like I can't help but just like look at myself. It's because I'm a performer. No, it's because I'm a self-centered slag. Anyway, last swig of Powerade Zero. Refreshing. Ladies and gentlemen, support this foul, offensive nonsense by going to patreon.com/conservatish. By not fucking who you don't want to fuck. And by following me on Instagram at Peter_Feliciano, and by standing up for truth and context and nuance, and by leaving me a review and rating the podcast. Thank you. The ratings are and reviews are coming in more, so I appreciate that. Share this podcast with your friends, whether it be through iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, Google Play, blah, 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 blah. And I love you all very much. I really do. And I hope you're enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying this. Coming up, sometime in August-ish, we're going to have an album release party, and it's going to be fucking giant because it also will be a going-away party. And also, I am going to have next on the podcast my friend Alex, and not the Alex from before, but a different Alex, and we're going to fight about the East Bay and how awful it is. He's a big East Bay fan for some fucking reason, so we're going to have a showdown. I think I'm amassing like a list of things I hate about the East Bay. And then I'm also going to have a pervert on, perverted girl, who agrees with a lot of the foul political opinions that I have. So we'll see how that goes. Probably won't be videoed. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you all very much, and you have a wonderful night.